Being ready is a decision. It is not a feeling. Something has to, change, and you decide when. I can wallow in the shit forever, and it's not time to wallow in the shit. Merhaba, 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 merhaba. Evet. Çayım. Crazy cat lady, that's me. For real. Today, we're doing something for the first time, and I'm so freaking excited. This is my first full English episode. Yay! Yay, give it up for me. I'm so proud of myself. Basically, I wanted to do a version where you saw me through a screen, through another screen. I did. Girl. Anyway, today we're gonna be talking about, well, I have some shit to say. And this all came from a conversation with a friend where he was telling me, oh, you remember that meme where it says, like, sometimes good, sometimes shit? And then I replied with, yeah, we call it life for short, usually. Then I started to think. And I realized I have lots of things to say. So here I am, saying them once again. I don't know, I've been doing this for too long. Too long. Sometimes I feel like I'm repeating myself. And that's crazy because it makes me feel like, well, girl, you're repeating yourself. Like, aren't you not changing? But then I see how I evolve. But some core things, stay the same. And I think that's beautiful. And I think that's just the way it should be, honestly. Sometimes I be judging myself for no reason. Yeah, like I'm my own worst critic. But, not anymore. Like, yeah, probably actually still am. But at least now I cheer myself up more than I critique myself. That's only happens like when I feel really down and I don't even like realize that I'm actually, feeling guilty and punishing myself like without even realizing that. But most of the time now, I'm doing a good job with that. But I know I can get better. We all can, and that's what I'm striving for. Not in a obsessed kind of way. That was me not too long ago. But yeah, I can't always be, up leveling, and constantly thinking about, like, constantly being wrapped around the idea of that, like, I can always get better. I can, do this, do that, be better at this, be better at that. And where am I gonna, like, stop and take a breather, When am I gonna enjoy life for what it really is and, like, enjoy where I am? I just want to enjoy where I am. And this lovely brain makes it hard to do so at times, which I understand. And I don't, but I understand that I don't understand it completely. Yeah, I just accepted the fact that I won't be understanding what is going on here. Like, maybe not like fully, because it's a mystery that we still haven't been able to solve throughout the human history. And maybe they did, and they don't even like tell us. That could be another thing. Yeah, maybe they actually did, bro. Oh my god. And they're like lying straight up to our faces, which they do that already. So yeah, so now I have a lot of things to think through. I'll do it another time because we're in the middle of episode brain. Under a video, I saw a comment saying grief is love with nowhere to go. That made me think, and I said, can love really have nowhere to go? I've been in a grieving process. I think I still am because it's still so new. I lost my grandpa suddenly to cancer, but it was sudden. We found out, and it was gone like within a month or so. He died of lung cancer, but it was like a different type, so they couldn't like treat it with medicine, and they couldn't do like chemo or like basically they couldn't do anything to him because of his condition, and they thought it would actually just like make it worse. And day by day it was like getting worse anyway, and his body like couldn't take it. He basically couldn't survive without like an oxygen mask on him all the time. He couldn't even go to the bathroom without it. So it wasn't an option for him to get the treatment. So we basically actually just, admitted defeat and let nature run its course. And it took a toll on me. That process, even like before losing him, I was in shambles. But day by day, I am getting better, and I don't even know like how to actually explain this feeling. But when he died, like after he died, processing those emotions and like actually accepting the fact became easier, because like until his passing, from like when I found out about his cancer, like I was crying all day, didn't matter where. I just got like emotional maybe during my shift, maybe during like lunch break, maybe like when I woke up or before I went to bed. It like didn't matter, it just came, and usually like multiple times a day, because like knowing the fact that he was suffering so bad, and I just wanted to make it stop, and I couldn't, because I can't. It's been 9 weeks since he passed, and now today reading that quote and it made me think about like, does love really have nowhere to go? Like, does that define my grief? I think at one point I was, really like focused on the bad, and I acted in a way that's so human. Like, that's so normal. That's natural the way I reacted, because I just reacted. I reacted from my ego, and that hurt my ego. Even being selfish at those moments, because you were sad that maybe you won't have as much time as you would like to have with that person. And that was also the case for me. Like, I was so sad and so regretful that I didn't, spend as much time with him. He's the one dying. I mean, he's the one dying. I am not the subject here. Like, I'm not the. And of course, this doesn't mean that you can't hurt or you can't feel this way. The way I felt was so human. They're human beings. So I don't judge myself a bit. Basically, this grief really made me realize so many truths. I have to disagree with grief being love with nowhere to go. Because a few days ago, I said to myself, well, something has to, change, and you decide when. Like, you don't wait for things to change. Never. And, well, yeah, they're gonna change, but you can't just keep waiting on them forever. And I was thinking of this because, like, when someone asks me, how I am, and in that moment, I feel like kind of confused about how I am, or like I don't know how to respond to that question, because it's like, how are you? It's actually a question that is so deep that I don't know how we turned this into a small talk. Like, how are you? I'm good. I'm bad. It's never that simple. It is never that simple. We should take this question more seriously, and we shouldn't ask this in a small talk. Because then I just like freeze. Because I don't want to lie. I don't tell people that I'm good when I don't feel good in that moment. I just straight up be like, I don't know who I am, but like, life's life's continuing anyway, so I'm continuing. It's going anyway, and I'm rolling with it. That's what I say, straight up. Or like if I wanted to keep it as short as possible, I just say iyi diyelim, iyi olalım, which basically means let's say that we're good, so we'll be good in Turkish. Yeah, but back to what I was saying, I realized that I'm still in like a in transition phase, and then I was like, how long is this phase going to last? That was the thing that I asked myself. It wasn't from like a place of wanting to speed up this process, because you cannot fake being happy. You cannot fake feeling good. You cannot fake feeling good. Even if you put on a smile, you won't feel that. You can't lie to yourself about that. But I asked this question because I felt like this can go on as long as I want to. I can wallow in the shit forever. And it's not time to wallow in the shit. In life, I think there's a point where you have to make that decision for yourself to get up, let it go. This doesn't mean that you're totally over it, but we can say that, okay, I am ready. I am ready to move on. Being ready is a decision. It is not a feeling. They're not ready for the most of the shit that we go through because we don't expect them. But life just throws things at you. And when it's not that, it's the consequences of your actions. But either way, something usually surprising happens, and you're shaken to your core. You get lost. You don't know what to do. But we should not let that become a comfort zone. I cannot be sad forever, and I shouldn't be sad forever. I think this is like the first time that I experienced death like this, and I thought that I handled death pretty well too, but turns out no. Turns out that wasn't the case. Anyway, but yeah, I've gotta get up. And that's what I decided to do. I actually decided it like a couple days ago when I was thinking about this. But then also today, reading that quote under the video made me realize like, okay, at first maybe I could like relate to it in some shape or form, but that is not the case. Like, the love I have for him isn't gone, and all the beautiful memories I have with him And all the things he taught me, he showed me, he gave me are still here with me. And we can even get scientific with it too. He's my ancestor. I still have his DNA in me. He's still in me. Like, he's still with me. And I can give that love to me. I need to pour all that love into me. Now, twice as hard. I gotta do it twice as hard now. That's the only difference. And that's what I realized. Like, that was actually like the biggest realization. Like, okay, I give myself love. I am not pouring enough of that now. Like, I need to lock in with my self love and just maybe even like getting too crazy with it. Like, the weirder, the better. Honestly, I don't care who judges or like gives me that look, because that's the real deal actually with all of us. The system wants us to not lower ourselves and judges whoever does that and tries to dim their light, because they want all of us to have the same outlook, same thoughts, so we can all be controllable. They want all of us to be the exact same, like sheeps or robots. You can easily be manipulated when you don't have enough self love, self awareness, respect. If you don't have those towards yourself, they're gonna eat you up. They're gonna eat all of us up. And that's the truth. So we should all be more in love with ourselves. That's the least we could do. And by loving ourselves more, respecting ourselves more, naturally we're going to be treating everyone else around us better. And in this way, the world is going to change. Even if 20% of human population started to do this today, like with that ripple effect, because the world was actually so small and everyone is so connected. Like, it freaks me out every time whenever I, you know, meet someone, or maybe like they're my friend for some time, and then like somehow we find out that we know the same like person, and it's like the most random person ever, and I'd be like, how can you know this person? And like, the dynamic between them and the between, and now like there's a whole different dynamic now, and I'm like, what? And you know what I mean, that's crazy. Like, that's still so surreal to me. By creating that ripple effect, like, goodness spreads too. Courage spreads. Like, when you smile to a stranger in the street and they smile back. And as they always say, happiness just grows and gets stronger as you share. So we should all share the joy, share all the beautiful things in life. And it's going to create more good things in life. Naturally. We won't even have to like try so hard at all. Of course, this is not like as easy as it sounds. Like, even getting a small group of people agreeing on the same thing is hard enough, but I think millions of people are doing this already by being kind to yourself, by being kind to your friends, by giving yourself a hug, by speaking kindly and lovingly towards yourself and others, by smiling at strangers. Like, they got us scared of smiling to strangers. And I think if we all start smiling to strangers, then we're gonna know who's good. Because an evil bitch won't smile at you. So I think a smile can be actually a good way to recognize, like, this can be a secret code for all the good people. I don't know, but I think like you can like tell the energy behind the smile usually, because I smell something freaky and rotten from a mile away. Like this nose does its job so well. So thank you to my nose. I am protected from those kind of bastards. And I hope all of you are safe too. I'm sending you blessings and protection, and I have dye all over my face. No, not my face, my hand. Look at my hand. I think this is it. This is like all I have to say for today, because I hope I've been able to get my point across. I think I did a good job. Thank you all for watching or listening. If you're going through anything similar to what I'm going through, like it doesn't have to be death, it doesn't have to involve any other person at all. It can be as simple as just outgrowing yourself. I hope you choose to get up and do what's best for you. And I hope you make peace with your pain and sadness or anger. And I hope you accept and forgive yourself for everything. And I hope you love everything, including yourself, harder. We need to love harder. And I think love can be our way to heaven. Once again, thank you for watching. I deeply appreciate you. And I want to know where all of you are from too. Because I just told you, I'm from Karadeniz. Where are you from? Where are you from? Well, a full disclosure, my dad is from Ankara, and my great great grandparents immigrated from Greece during the war. First, they immigrated to Istanbul, and then some of them went to Karadeniz. And I'm refusing to say Karadeniz in English because it's Karadeniz. Kara means black, and deniz means sea in Turkish. So, Karadeniz. Karadeniz. I love you all, and I can't wait to see you again. Thank you for all the love and support. We'll meet again. Bye.